Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel, and it's the match preview, Manchester United versus Everton. Get involved in the chat as usual, Reds, in the comment section below with your own opinions, and don't forget to smash a like on today's video. It really helps support the channel, and you know it's appreciated. Lots of optimism around Ruben Amorim, the players right now. Do you see this as a formality? Because I certainly don't.
No, this is no formality. This is Everton, and at the moment, they've got a fighting spirit, like some would call it a warrior spirit. This is a dangerous side, what's tough, knows the dark arts of football. They'll be coming to Old Trafford. No, they won't be playing expansive football. Dark arts, tough team, and they will be physical. And we've got to stand up to it to win a game.
Yeah, currently sit 12th place, but like I say, a lot of optimism right now around the coach, the players as well, certain things that we've been seeing over the last couple of games. But going into this one, he's talked a lot about rotation. Do you expect any big changes in the centre of midfield? I'm thinking Kobbie Mainoo might come in and get a start in this one.
Maybe bench, come on a sub, possibly. Starting, maybe it's a bit far-fetched. I don't think he'd start him, to be honest with you. But there will be changes, certainly be changes. He's experimenting. He's resting players. Some players what have played, they will get an extended break. That's what he's doing. He's trying to avoid injuries at the moment. He wants a team to be fresh and fit to carry on after Christmas because there's lots of games coming up. So it really, playing him too much and really sending him into a game against Everton, they're going to have to fight. And he's talked about the physicality, wanting to improve that with United. So this is going to be a stern test. And we're going to see if that mentality up there with some of these players, which is clearly changing, can put in that physicality because they're going to need it. And I look at Ugarte. Can he stand up to the physicality?
One player who did in the Europa League was Rasmus Højlund. Now, them couple of goals would have done him the world of good in confidence. But I'm slightly unsure whether he'll start in this game. I think he might actually give the opportunity to Zirkzee.
Well, I look at the Everton defence. They're not letting in lots of goals. I'll give them that. So they're resilient. And he's going to have to man up Højlund if he plays. Possibility of Zirkzee coming in. A possibility of coming in.
What do you mean he'll have to man up, though, Højlund?
Because it's going to be tough.
Yeah, no, but I thought he'd done that physicality part, high intensity, though, in midweek.
Yeah, but what Everton will do, they will suck you into that physicality. He hasn't got to get sucked into it, where that's the only part of the game he needs to do. He needs to do more. He needs to create space and everything. He has to use the mentality up there and be wise. They want that physicality. And once you start giving it him, and Højlund is capable of giving that physical as a number 9 with centre-halves, they will just soak him up. They will soak him up because that is their game. They will stick together and fight.
No, I do agree. And he's just not got to get sucked into any games, any wrestling matches up there in the top when he is on his own. But
free-flowing football, that's what we want. That's what Amorim's expecting.
Yeah, but I do expect Zirkzee to come in for this one. He's talked about rotation. It looks like he's trying to, give that mindset to the players. Just because they miss a game in midweek, you've still got an opportunity to play on the Sunday. And as we all know, it's been explained to us time and time again over the last couple of weeks. He wants to build a family unit here with the players at Manchester United, but also let them know that if you work hard in training, you'll be in the next game. There's a good chance that there will be.
I look at it this way. On the back of scoring 2 goals, a striker, confidence and everything else, that's what you want as a striker. You don't really want to take him out. Physicality, training and all that, being tired. You're not tired when you're scoring goals.
No.
I've never heard a striker say, oh, drop me when you're scoring goals. He wants to carry on scoring goals. So I think it'd be a mistake at this moment. He has to get in a rhythm of form, a rhythm of scoring goals. It's been a lot of criticism from out there in the media and some other quarters. He scored 2 goals the other night. So at the end of the day, he wants to get on that pitch and prove to everyone he's not tired. There's no way Højlund feels tired after scoring 2 goals. I know who does feel tired. And that's Dominic Calvert-Lewin for Everton. He has not scored in quite a number of games. I think it's about 7, maybe 8 games. And he used to be a massive threat. But at the moment, it's not happening for him for many different reasons. And that is another striker who wants to prove something.
Yeah.
And especially at Old Trafford, he's done it before.
Yeah.
And this is the game. And Everton do love coming to Old Trafford.
Yeah, they do, but I think they're on a goalless streak in the Premier League currently, Everton as well. But it's always a totally different game. Every time, no matter what team comes to Old Trafford, they always want to try and give everything that they've got. It's like a cup final to some teams because they want to stick it down Manchester United's throats, the fans, the club, the lot. They see it as like a big stage there, and that's not me being big-headed as a Manchester United fan. I think a lot of fans out there understand what I'm trying to say. But over the last week especially, we've heard numbers of the formation, the system of 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1. Which one do you think he'll go with? Do you think he'll go with the 2 out wide up top or like the 2 number 10s? I mean, at the moment, I'm going to sleep at night with all numbers going on around my head and finding it hard to sleep. I'm having to use numbers going over fences or going over walls, counting sheep.
No, speculating on it and all that is depriving us of sleep. And I have vowed to stop speculating to save my sleep pattern because I'm sleeping well at the moment. No, I don't know what type of formation, but what I am confident about is whatever formation he starts with, right, he's able to change it during the game. Something we've never seen under Eric Ten Hag, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm not too worried how they set out because in-game management, he's there on the sideline, drilling it into those on the bench, drilling it to those on the pitch, and that they can change it. So I'm confident because I look at Everton and I say to myself, what is the threat? Yes, they're not scoring goals. That is a major problem for them. They're not down there for nothing. They've been down there for a number of years now, battling away. And it's set pieces what they use. Yeah. That's their major thing. That's their major threat. They haven't got the outstanding brilliance of any young players coming through like we've got young players coming through. They haven't got that. So they're, at the moment, they're fighting. Like I say, that warrior spirit, they're keeping together. That's what's keeping them in games and keeping them from falling out of the league, to be honest with you. So it's set pieces. So I'm going to look out for set pieces, and United have to be on the ball here. They've got a full... they've nearly got a full squad back together. They've suffered horrendously, just like United, with injuries and that. Unfortunately, I've seen people there talking about, will James Garner be playing and all that? Yeah. No, he won't be out. He's been out for a while, injured and that. So that's one player I was looking forward to, hoping he'd be fit to see how he's got on.
See how he's developed since he's left Manchester United. Yeah, because he was a big scream about him leaving. The likes of Zidane Iqbal as well over the last few years about letting our younger players go for peanuts, basically. And obviously with the people who've come in inside the club now, you expect that to change as well, don't you, over time, where they're not just letting players just go for nothing. They'll also add in, like, not release clauses, but buyback clauses, sell-on clauses as well.
Yeah, they'll do all that. You know, supposedly the right people are in place. They won't be falling for them tricks again. But with James Garner, I thought there was a future there. A lot of people did, went to Everton, and he's going to struggle in a side like that. He's not going to stand out, and he's suffered an injury. So we're not seeing him back at Old Trafford. It would have been nice to have seen him back. But there is a big battle on, and in that midfield, because that's where they will fight. And I'm telling you now, there's going to be some dirty tackles and some dark arts because Everton haven't got that much going for them except set pieces because the scoring record is terrible and they will fight.
He did mention in his press conference that he does have to manage the fitness right now with the team, more so than the actual game and in-game play, you know, to give everyone a chance to get match fit. And as we know, going into December, Christmas period, you know, the games do come thick and fast, especially with some cup games as well. But when do you see actually Ruben Amorim sticking, though, with a settled side? Or do you think he'll continue to rotate throughout the season?
I think he's got no option but to rotate. There's lots of players. The other night, there were 6 players what were coming back from injury. Some long-term, like Malacia's 16 months. Shaw, short-term, Martinez, and Mount. There's other players there. So the rotation is part of it, and we're going to have to sort of get used to not being able to work out. Some people like to work out who's going to be the starting 11 and all that. That is just going to keep changing from game to game until everybody's back. I'm not too worried about the rotation side of it. It's the players. They're all good enough to play top-level football, but the standards have dropped. And Amorim's getting on with that. And this rotation, the way it is, giving him the break is what's needed. And the changes will be made on Sunday again. I just look at it and think, got to win, but it's going to be tough. And you're going to have to accept that they will put, like I used to say about West Ham, a brick wall up at times, but they will also try and catch United. And United have to be alert for 90 minutes. And that, during games, has been poor from United, where they're not switched on. They sort of like drop. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because I see Delo doing it on a regular basis now. So that is a worry. And he has to up his game, because he's been caught ball watching on a regular basis this season, which is strange because he had a good season last year.
Talking about rotation, the amount of rotation it does mean you might get a game centre half, centre midfield, who knows? But,
I couldn't even train football. I couldn't even put the cones out. My back wouldn't take it. So no one's looking forward to me going out there on the training pitch.
Yeah. Do you think he'll have one eye as well going into the game next week against Arsenal?
No, this is make or break. It's a must-win game.
He did say that in his press conference. It's a must-win game. But as we always know, let's face it, every game's a must-win game.
No, this is a must-win game. We can't be sucked in. We're just coming off the back of a win. I think we got a very lucky draw at Ipswich. 3 points are vital. We've got to keep the momentum and the spirit going and the confidence going. No, this is a must-win game. We're not playing world beaters here. It's a must-win game. The spirit's up. 3 points, vital. We have to go on the run. You've got a week to go before we play Nottingham Forest. There's no point. And that's why I say about Højlund, don't rest him. He's got a week. Young lad, should be capable of it. So must win, get him on there, but he will make changes and he will make fools out of us if we make a prediction of who's going out there.
We do play Arsenal next week as well, don't we? Is it Wednesday?
Oh, God, I forgot.
I thought you mentioned Nottingham Forest there. I thought, they're
two
tough games in their own right.
God.
As well.
The games are coming thick and fast. I completely forgot.
No, but I'm just thinking, will he have one eye on that game as well? Because that's going to be a huge game. I'm sure a lot of the fan base out there will be looking forward to it as well, with Amorim pitting his wits against Arteta specifically.
Well, when you look at that, he'll have to have an eye on it, and that's probably why he's talking about the rotation so much.
Yeah,
I forgot.
For me, when we was talking about Zirkzee and Højlund before, I would start Zirkzee in this game, give him the chance to try and prove himself, get his match fitness up, get the instructions up of how to play into his system, and most of all, let's hope he can get on the score sheet, because if there's anyone who's void of confidence at the moment, it's definitely Zirkzee.
Well, you've got to start him then.
For me, he's got to start Zirkzee. Yeah. Even if you just give him 60 minutes, get him up there, get him match fit, because let's have it right, Højlund will need to be rotated in games. He can't keep playing 90 minutes, Højlund. So Zirkzee's got to be up at a standard where he can come in when he's needed to try and actually influence the game as well. It's just at the moment, he's just, like I say, looking absolutely shot of confidence. But I think we've got the right manager in place to motivate these players. There should be no motivational issues with any of these players anyway, because at the end of the day, they're putting on that red shirt. That should be enough for them. Well, in my eyes.
It should be enough.
Yeah, it should be. But I'm going to end it there. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thought you'd do a brief match preview, just going over the main talking points of what we expect going into the game on Sunday. As I did say in the previous video, I'm going with a 3-1 score prediction, and I'm sticking to that for the win for Manchester United. What are you going with?
I'm going 3-1.
Oh. Is that why you didn't say it in the previous video?
No, I'd actually said it a lot earlier to myself. And then when I heard you talking about 3-1 yesterday, I thought, he's not going to be happy with this. No, 3-1 I'm going. Big worry, set pieces tomorrow.
Just one last thing as well. I'd like to see Yoro make a matchday squad. It might be a little bit too early for him, but if we could see him in the matchday squad, I think that'd give me and a lot of fans out there a big boost as well. Because like we say, we're coming up into December now. Games are coming thick and fast, and I'd love to see him available for one of these games going into the Christmas period. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. Smash a like on the video as well. It does support the channel. You know it's much appreciated from us all here as well. Get your comments in as well on the game. Anything that you want to talk about, please get it in the comment section below. And we'll be back straight after the game with a match reaction talking about the game. So hopefully you can come and join us. Get that notification on, please. Thank you.